From the Weather NorCal Command Center, this is your morning update.
Dennis's Heating and Air Conditioning is Northern California's premier heating and air conditioning contractor. From residential housing, large commercial projects, installation to repair, sheet metal fabrication, and everything in between, we are your go-to heating and air conditioning specialist.
Well, we're going into another work week, and we're going to start off with some pretty gusty winds out there for today, and really off and on breezy, borderline windy conditions here for the next few days. That is going to elevate the fire danger, unfortunately, but nothing major, at least for this time of the year. Now, highs will be slightly above normal this week. The normal high is in the low 80s, and I think we're going to be the low to mid 80s, even some upper 80s at times. Kind of a little mini roller coaster ride, if you will, through the week. But we'll be getting warmer for your Labor Day, and it looks like possible showers and maybe some thunderstorms for parts of the Sierra. We're talking mainly Tahoe southward, right? But we take a look at the frost and freeze advisory. So basically, we just got a frost advisory. That's for central, southern Trinity County and southeastern portions of Humboldt County as well until 9 o'clock this morning. Bottom line is going to be a cold start to the day, really across the board, cooler than it has been, but we have some frost to be concerned about here down into the southern portions of Trinity and, as I mentioned, Humboldt County as well. High temperatures we saw yesterday were just slightly above normal in many areas here. You can see temperatures mainly in the low to mid 80s here for the valley and in most of the mountains in the 60s and even some 70s in there, mid to upper 50s along the coast. Your neighborhood forecast at a glance, well, there you can see those temperatures right around or near normal for the valley. So yeah, a slight dip in our temperatures here from yesterday, but you'll notice here for places like Trinity County, mid 70s, low to mid 60s for Siskiyou, Modoc, and the eastern mountains, and for the coast, looking at temperatures upper 50s to even right around 60. I was mentioning those gusty winds. That's what it looks like here for today. Gusts upwards of 20, even 30 miles per hour, and a little breezy in some areas as well in the eastern mountains, but I think the strongest winds will be kind of funneling down into the northern Sacramento Valley. But as we go into your Tuesday morning, you see how it's still a bit breezy at times in some areas here. You can see even out towards the foothills just east of the valley. But even as we go into tomorrow afternoon, not as strong as today, but still kind of in that 15 to even a little even over 20 mile an hour range with those gusts. Take a look at this as we go into your Wednesday, because Wednesday we'll see those winds begin to pick up again, 20 and even over 30 miles per hour. So as I was mentioning, kind of off and on with those breezy, borderline windy conditions, and that's going to elevate the fire danger. So you can see here, the winds are strong today. So we've got anywhere from the moderate to just getting within that high range for this afternoon. As we go into Tuesday, we saw the winds are dying down, weakening a bit. However, we're still seeing some yellows on the map here that indicates the moderate. So if we were to extend this into Wednesday afternoon, we'd probably start to see some more oranges on the map. But you get the idea. When the winds pick up, we see typically lower humidity. Now, one of the key factors to us not getting into the extreme fire danger is it's not super hot out there. When you have the combination of the heat, the winds, and the dry conditions, yes, that's when the fire danger is really something we need to be concerned about. So one of the saving graces for us is the fact it's not as hot out there. But we still have this ridge of high pressure that is in place, and that's keeping us under mainly sunny skies and fairly warm temperatures. Now we look at futurecast, and really the main thing we're looking at here for today is the potential for maybe some showers, maybe some thunderstorms, as I mentioned, around the Tahoe region southward. But even a little bit of low cloud cover developing in parts of central Humboldt County. And you'll notice we kind of have some of that fog persisting in some areas here around Eureka going into Tuesday afternoon. Looks like a little bit more of a marine layer trying to push in by the second half of the day tomorrow. It looks like as we go into tomorrow night and into early Wednesday morning, maybe some fog along the coast, but it looks like it's going to try to burn off here going into Wednesday afternoon. So we essentially have this cooler air to our east now. That's moving out. We have another shot of cooler air pushing down to the south by midweek. By the end of this week, another shot of cooler air. Now, with these shots of cooler air, these are what we call inside sliders. And if you recall, or any of you who understand that terminology, that's basically these storm systems riding to our north and east. These also typically typically give us some gusty winds at times as well. So as I was mentioning, through this week, we've got these systems pushing through, and that will not only keep our temperatures at bay, but it will also give us some gusty winds at times. Now, eventually it looks like that by sometime this weekend into Memorial Day, we've got this ridge of high pressure right here building in. That's going to warm us up, and I do expect to see maybe some return of the 90s in the forecast by the end of this upcoming weekend and into your Memorial Day as well. We'll watch this cooler air, but for now it looks like it may kind of ride up to the north over that ridge. So bottom line, looking at the Climate Prediction Center, putting us in that barely the cooler than normal conditions here. So I don't think we're going to be looking at a massive drop, because we're typically in the low 80s for this time of the year. I think we're still going to be at least in the mid 80s, mid to upper 80s here through most of the week. Not much in the way of rain, if any, really. Most of it stays to our north. As I mentioned, maybe a few showers along the Sierra at times. But overall, we're just not seeing much rain in the forecast long range. Looking at your wave heights for today, upwards of around 7 feet as you get closer to the coast here. And then we take you into your Tuesday, we see a nice little drop in those wave heights. So we look at the marine forecast for your Monday. Yeah, the wind's pretty strong out of the north at 20 to 30 knots, and it's not just over the ocean, but many parts along the coast. We look at those gusty winds as well. That's why there's that gale warning here for today. So your Trinity County neighborhood forecast, temperatures low to mid 70s, although there are going to be some 60s in some of those cooler spots. For southern and central Humboldt County, temperatures in the 50s, upper 50s along the coast, and there you can see those low 70s for places like Alder Point and Garberville. Taking up north, Orleans 72, a little bit warmer in Hoopa and Willow Creek in the mid to upper 70s there, and we've got mainly upper 50s along the immediate coast. Looking at your Siskiyou County neighborhood forecast, see how the temperature is kind of just going up and down. It's that mini roller coaster ride, but nothing extreme on either end. It's not going to be well below normal. It's not going to be well above. It's not going to be well below normal, that is, or well above normal. All right, so you can see those temperatures mainly in the upper 50s to even some low 60s out towards Modoc County. Looking at the eastern mountains, temperatures in the low to mid 60s, although some of the warmer spots like Shingletown at 72, 73 for Quincy, looks like Susanville about 67, and Paradise, not bad with a high of about 75 degrees. And your Valley neighborhood forecast brought to you by NorCal Tractor, we've got those low to mid 80s. Now a little bit warmer to the south with about 85 degrees for Chico, 84 degrees for Los Molinos. As we take you up to the north, look for a high of about 82 for Redding, 83 Anderson, and Red Bluff a high of about 84 degrees. So let's take a look at that 7-day outlook for Redding. Temperatures kind of spike a little bit for your Tuesday, but still just dodging that 90-degree mark with a high of 88. Mid-80s really for your Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. A slight dip on Saturday, back up to about 82 degrees by Sunday.